What's going on, guys? This is your boy Awesome with Investify, and in today's video, we're going to go over how you can find the next short squeeze stock, just like GameStop. But before we get started, don't forget to get your free stocks from Webull for the value of up to $1,600. Click on the link below in the description, get some free stocks. So, okay, let's dive right into it. Here I have the chart open for Game on Finviz, right? Why did Game become such a popular stock, right? A lot of us understand it, but when was the real trigger? And we can see that the stock was going all right until December 18, December 21st, and 22nd. So 21st, the high was 1635. We can see it right there. And then 22nd, it went up to 20. So that's like a 20% gain in a single day. And I kind of hovered around that. And then came January 13th, where it went from the low of $20 up to a high of 38.65. And that's almost a 90% gain in a single day. Now, the reason for that is obviously if we just scroll down a bit, we're looking at the market cap, we're looking at that the stock has sales. So it's actually a legitimate company, but not just a penny stock, right? Then you're also seeing that, okay, they have some earnings per share, quarter over quarter growth. That's good. They have positive growth, gross margins, some of the fundamentals that I'm looking for. But here's the key, the short interest float. And that's 121.98%. Well, the short interest float essentially is that how much interest is there in shorting a stock, anticipating that it's going to go down. And the higher the short interest is, the faster the stocks can move on the upside. And I know that sounds kind of contradictory. Wait, if people want it to go down, how can it go up? Well, that's the thing. If there's a short squeeze, those who are guaranteeing that the stock is going to go down, but they're wrong, usually a stock jumps up in the value because they have to catch up with, oh, shoot, we need to buy this stock soon because we're losing money now because we're thinking it was going to go down. So that gaps up, and that gives these explosive moves that we have seen with GameStop. What became interesting about GameStop is that people just kept on buying even more and more and more, and they're not selling. And so we have seen this insane move where it's taken from January 13th, from 38.65 high to all the way to 483 by January 28th in just a matter of a couple of weeks. This kind of like a 10x plus return does not happen with stocks. Usually you will see a 10, 20, 50% gains within a day. But this is just a different thing that's happening. It's a different beast. So you're looking for those short interest stocks. So how do you go on to find the next short squeeze stock similar to game? Like how do you find that? Well, there's a couple of ways to do it. And the easy way is to go to a website like highshortintereststocks.com. And essentially, it just talks about it right here. Stocks with high short interest are often very volatile and well known for making explosive upside moves known as a short squeeze. Will often flock to such stocks for no reason other than the fact that they have short interest and the price can potentially move up very quickly as traders with open short positions move to cover. So that's the thing. Those who are betting against him, they need to go and be like, oh, shoot, we need to buy because we don't want to lose more money on these because they can essentially lose infinite money. With that being said, here is a list of the high short interest stocks right now in the markets. At the top is GameStop with 121% short interest. Then there's AMC. Then there's Virgin Galactic. These are like stocks that have a high short interest. And if those guys are wrong, they'll see like a 40, 50% move. And that's why you're seeing GameStop, AMC, show up a lot in Wall Street bets because now they're moving on. Okay, how can we make more money off of these stocks and herd hedge funds and people that are shorting these companies, right? So the thing is, once you click on game right here, it takes you to the Yahoo Finance page for GameStop, and we want to go to statistics. Okay. Once you go to statistics, you want to scroll down under share statistics to short percent float, and this is as of January 14th. So you see it's 226%. Now, any number above 20% is considered high. So 226 is just astronomical. It's outrageous to see that number. And that's why you can see such an insane explosive move on this stock. And that's what you want to be looking at. So let's look at an example of a stock that we can figure out. If we go to highshortinterest.com again, let's just say we're looking at the short interest and we're like, okay, let's look at Fubu TV. All right. So we go to Fubu TV, we look at the statistics. What does Yahoo Finance says about its short interest, right? And the short percent float is 72%. That's pretty darn high, right? So if we go to FinViz right here, and let's go to Fubu, we're looking at the chart, but let's just look at some of the fundamentals. I like to look at the fundamentals quite a lot. And let's take a look at the fundamentals. The company already has over 100 million in sales. Their market cap is 2.69. They're in communication broadcasting, right? Earnings per share has been growing. Sales quarter by quarter are growing. So those are positive signs in the company. All right. Um, and short float is again around 75%. Okay. So you're seeing some pretty decent fundamentals right here. But let's look at the chart. When would be a good time to buy? Well, there's a couple of ways to trade such stocks. Again, I'm not a day trader, and take all this information as education and as entertainment. Do your own due diligence. But there's a couple of ways I would be looking at buying this stock. One is that I look at this range between 28 and the low of this of between 23 as a support level. So if the stock drops even more, it's coming into a support range you can buy with a low risk stop loss of about 23. The other is, for instance, over here, we saw that this stock was going up, 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 and up. And then it had this explosive move, and then it went up, and it continued going up, right? Once it broke over this high of 20.35 over here, it went from that all the way to 32. So it went up like a good 20, 25, 30% right here. And then it shut down. And then it broke back this high, right? It went above the 32.73 from here. And from there, it jumped all the way to 62.29. So you can see that whenever the stock starts to break out, it starts to make these explosive moves of like 80, 90% in just a matter of days. And that's a safer bet on stocks like these, where if it moves above the high of 62.29 next time, you can start to consider, hey, you know what? Maybe I should buy this stock. And it can go a 10, 20, 50% within a few days or 20% gains within a day. And that's one of the best ways to buy this stock. So again, you have to look at a few things. I personally look at the fundamentals, and I'm a long-term holder in a company if I'm getting into it. But if I see an opportunity where there's this short float percentage is high as well, good fundamentals and technicals all coming together, then it creates this kind of a perfect storm for me to hold on to that stock for at least a few weeks and see a 10, 20, 40% gains. And that's why one of the stocks that we have seen gains with is Beyond Meat. That's gone up 40% within a day. When it shot up, it's also on the high short interest list. But that's how these stocks work. Because if the shorts are wrong, you can see these explosive moves and create an opportunity for yourself. I hope that this video really helps you. It gives you an insight into how a lot of these stocks are traded. Don't go after penny stocks, in my opinion. Go after companies that are actually fundamentally strong, that have great management behind them, actually has cash. And you can see that those will do better than penny stocks that move like 90% in a day, but that come down the next day and you've just lost money. And don't try to do day trading either, because that essentially does not work. In the long run, you want to have a vision for the long-term investing. If you get stocks like these, which are also potential for long run, I mean, think about it, right? If you even bought this stock at the high of 22, it went up to like 60 plus within a matter of weeks. So you could have held it for a couple of weeks at least and seen like good 100% return, or even right now it's at 42, so you would have seen 100% return by now on a stock like this in a matter of a couple of months. So it's a lot less stressful and doing the right analysis. Once again, I hope that this video helps you. If you have any questions regarding this, feel free to ask me. If you want me to do analysis on any other stocks, do let me know, please. Don't forget to get your free stocks once again. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Goodbye.